Thanks for being here, everybody. You are awesome. You are definitely awesome, you guys. So, thanks for coming through to LRGA Curves. You know how we do over here. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and ring the bell if you haven't already. On your way in, I hope that's what you're doing. Keep me in the algorithm. The algorithm likes it when you engage, the algorithm loves it when you share, and the algorithm is ecstatic when you freaking subscribe. Okay, so let's make the algorithm happy because it's all about the algorithm today. Okay, because we're here on Memorial Day. And I'm going to start with Memorial Day, and then we're going to get into Summer House Martha's Vineyard, which had been a very nice treat for my eyeballs this season. I liked it a lot, so we're going to talk about it. Let's see who's in the house. We have Anne in the house. Thanks for coming through. Love you. We have Mademoiselle. Como allez-vous? Como allez-vous, Mademoiselle? Thanks for being in the house. And of course, we have the magnificent, the wonderful, the incomparable Bianca Edwards, everybody. Bianca, yeah. Thanks for being here, mod extraordinaire. Happy Monday, Curvies. Thank you all for tuning in to LRGA Curves. Hope you all are ready for a good show. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel as you enter the room. All right? Yes, I love it. Yes. And you guys talk amongst yourselves in the chit chat. Talk amongst yourselves in the chit chat. Okay. Oh, look, Aquarius is here. The reunion was short and ended weird. It did. But at least they got one. At least they got one. It was like they tried to cram it all into one hole, so to speak. But yeah. I mean, yes, I need, oh my God, Aquarius. Thank you. I'm going to look. That's why I put her on the end. Let me show you. That's why she's over there on the end in that weird shirt she has on. Can somebody explain 3 things in the chat? What is Jordan's attitude about? Number 1. What in the hell was she wearing? Number 2. And why does she have such a freaking problem with married ladies acting married? Is the 3rd thing. That if anybody in the chat can tell me any answer to any of those 3 things, then I might replace her from the side over on the far end to someplace in the middle. I put Summer and her as bookends because if they fall off, it's okay. The books are so full of content between them that they don't need to come back. I don't need either one of their sourpuss attitudes. They're weird. It's really weird. I'm like, some other stuff had to have been going on. But look, I'm getting way ahead of myself. Aquarius, look what you started. Look what you started talking about Jordan needs to go. Because we see each other. Okay? We see each other on that statement. Okay? Oh, you're from the UK, Great Britain. Did you see that show Love Undercover? And it had Jamie O'Hare, and he dated that girl Renee. Well, she was on a talk show earlier this morning talking about they don't go out anymore, but she would do it again. It was a really cute show. I liked it a lot. And I have a bit of an English accent that pops out every now and then. I'm not sure what part of England it's from. I used to get away with saying I was from Oakland, England, when I would be about the club in San Francisco, and I would pop out with my little English accent over there and everything. And they would say, oh, where are you from? And I would say, Oakland, England. And they'd be like, oh my. Yeah, I was making stuff up as I go along. Hey, it's our world. We're all world. Happy Monday, Aquarius. I forgot it came on. Yes, watch it now because it's weird. It ends weird. They try to cram too much in. And you know, Bravo is famous for editing stuff messed up. You know, they leave a lot on the editing room floor that could add so much context to what, as viewers, we see as just another weird, crazy moment. But we need like at least 20 seconds before and 20 seconds after. Shout out to the editing department at Bravo if you're watching. Can we get 20 seconds before and 20 seconds after on everything you edit from now on? Because you guys leave a lot of stuff out. Okay? Yes, Bria does want to just bone Nick. She wants to bone Nick. That's period. She said it. First she asked him to cuddle, and then she said, I believe if you were single, you would smash me. You think so, Bria? Really? Is Simon so not satisfying that you're talking about your soulmate in Tribeca and having fantasies of Nick? Is that what's happening, Bria? We can get into it. Maybe Jordan can't have children. That's why is that a thing? Does she already know she can't have children? And if she does, why are we talking about her alopecia instead of about her fertility issues? So we have some context to her dryness. I don't understand everyone's problem with Jasmine. Exactly. Preston and Jordan seem to have a lot of hate. Yeah, it's weird. It's like they sat back and were like, oh yeah, she did do that, huh? Oh yeah, she did do that, huh? But when they talk about what she did, it really wasn't anything. We're going to get into it. She acted like a married woman. Note to selves, okay? When you are what you are, be that. When you're not at the Playboy Mansion anymore and you don't have to have on your bunny suit twerking your ass because now you're a married woman, it's okay to evolve. It's okay to change. It's okay to put the bunny ears away. Put the twerking over there. She still twerks, but she doesn't have to do it all the time, Jasmine. Jasmine seems to have engulfed the lifestyle that's associated with the bunny ears because she's a DJ. So it's all about that nightlife. So it's drinking, smashing, freaking partying till the wee hours, right? So she's still down the path that she met Jasmine on, but Jasmine has gotten off the path of party Playboy bunnies and on the path of baby Silas and Papa Silas. So yeah, she's a bitter one. It's too bad because then she pretends like she's not bitter and we're just all on top of it. You're Delulu, Jordan. I bet Nick cheated on Tasia, which is why they broke up. I don't really know. I mean, we would have heard about it, I feel like, in social medias. I feel like somebody would have loved to blow up Nick's spot. Somebody would have loved to be the one to blow up Nick's spot, especially after Natalie failed at doing it. Can you imagine the joy of a hater like that would just love to blow up Nick's spot? So maybe that's a possibility. I think it had to do with what he said, which is he embarrassed her on the show. He embarrassed himself. He embarrassed his girl. He was looking at like the crevasse between the cheeks of Shanice when she had her butt out every time. And you know what? I'm kind of feeling like that's disrespectful on Shanice now. Look, you know, these guys have girls, you know, they have significant others. And even if you are totally comfortable in your body, shout out. It doesn't mean that you have to force your comfortability on other people and put them in situations where their significant others are going to be looking at them cross-eyed because they can't keep their eye away from beauty. You know what I mean? It's like, how much attention does Shanice need? At this point, she might just want to get a freaking mohawk and dye it neon yellow and put spikes on her cheeks because she likes a lot of attention. A lot of attention. And she stay broke. Like they said, you stay broke. You date these athletes and you're not even getting a bag. You showing everybody your kibbles and bits and you're not even secured, girl. Okay. I get it. I'm a lot of sarcastic. Yeah. Person said CK interview that he was closer to Silas than Jasmine and basically they didn't have a relationship. That is so weird. How did that happen? Because on this stage, he said, didn't he just say he hadn't talked to Silas in a while? And he did not speak highly of Silas all season. So if he's talking about in after production interviews that he's closer with Silas than he is with Jasmine, then still I would like to know, why is Preston so pressed on Jasmine? Like, he has a lot of did he like Silas and he mad that Jasmine got him and now he has to go marry his second choice? I'm not sure what's going on. I just said that out of my mouth because it's allegedly and it's a thought that just popped out and I don't have enough freaking impulse control to stop and monitor my words and filter it first. because that's the kind of energy it's given. Why can't you just, if you're close to a man who's married, then why are you seemingly upset with his wife? For what's no reason. She introduced you to all your new besties. She brought you on this, you're on this show because of the relation to her, and you're friends with her husband. So why all the salt for the wife? Unless there's some residual something of angst or jealousy or something where he feels slighted at the relationship between Silas and Jasmine in a different way than the slight between Jordan and Jasmine. Because I feel like Jasmine is really just, we're going to get into it. I'm going to hurry up and finish these couple comments. Preston wanted to be a clique with the popular Playgirls and Jasmine. Yes. Okay, Jessica A. Thanks for being in the house. Totally get that. That's what you're saying, right? So she did introduce you to your new Beckys. So why are you so salty at the person who has you surrounded by all your newness? It's just a lot of bitterness. You know what I'm saying? Alex, Nick, and Preston. Now, Alex is a real one. I like Alex. We're going to start with him. And I like Alex and I like Nick. Nick is very sensitive. Nick's edge and wall is all because he's a sensitive guy. You see, I saw behind his shades, he looked like his eyes were like watery at the thought of embarrassing himself, his mom, his girl, like all that was coming up for him. And Preston, yeah, they're non-toxic masculinity. I appreciate. Shout out to hashtag non-toxic masculinity examples. I like it. Shanice is weird, right? And she's a non-factor. Shanice needed a good father. Girls act like that, have no good male figure in their lives, and even a mother that is present or cares. Yeah, because I feel like Shanice and her mom were probably both had their titties out at a lot of parties. That's what it's given. It's given Shanice and her mom probably like going topless and skinny dipping and have grown up very free with their bodies. And yeah, without her father around. Yeah. Hey, and it's nothing wrong with this. Yeah, Preston is engaged now. I'm not sure how long he's been going out with the girl. Jasmine has been with Silas now for these 2 seasons at least. Preston did not seem as upset with Jasmine last season as he is this season, though. For what reason? They didn't get to the reason. It's on the editing room floor. But let's get into this thing. So we start with Summer and Alex. And Summer talks a lot and she says a lot of things that made us fall in love with her. Remember when she came on the scene? She was all unicorns and rainbows and peace and love. And she may as well have had on like anything from the 60s vibe at freaking Woodstock. She probably had on Birkenstocks and a little leg hair. She was giving off a vibe, right? Her and Mariah. Mariah dressed the vibe, but Summer's attitude was the vibe. You know what I mean? And she presented like a very kind of progressive, peaceful person who was full of understanding and could see all the sides of the crystals and all of that. But then this season, we saw Summer come in so freaking hot. She may as well have been Nneka on Real Housewives of Potomac. She may as well have been, what was the other one? Anne-Marie over on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Those 2 girls came in so hot and awkward. It was like, ugh. Every time they opened their mouths, it was like, ugh. And same thing with Summer and her little attitude this season, okay? So we started the season with Summer telling everybody she smashed and had Nick in her. Remember that? And it went downhill from there. So the reunion starts with Andy getting right to it about this whole, how is this person supposed to act around you who's been in you? We're just going to go there. Alex was defending himself as non-fuckboy because he was clear in his mind that he had broke it off with Summer, which I believe Alex in all of this, because so far Summer's she's a liar. IMO. And I'm hashtag protect Black women. But if you're a liar, then I'm going to take a minute and assess all the information and decide what's the need of protection. I'm not just going to go, oh, you just lied about this, this, and this, and then be like, okay. So I believe Nick, because Nick does and has maintained his type of being, right? He's not all over the place. He's the one he came in last season on the same piece he's on this season. Waves, 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 waves. He came on all the piece, okay? And Summer was hot. Oh, I wasn't invited to the party. Oh, no. And they did the playback. The eighth housewife did the little flashback of Summer, and Summer opened the thing crying, covering her face in embarrassment, crying, you guys. Embarrassed that she showed her entire ass on TV for all to witness on demand, right? Her entire ass. So she was embarrassed. She was crying. She explains how she was going through some things, which by the end of the season, she answered to and said that all that stuff was going on. Look, note to self and anybody who might get on reality TV, if your grandma's in the hospital having emergency surgery, if you're in the middle of looking for your father, and if you have some other stuff going on with your estranged mother, you're pissed off that the guy told you that he wasn't going to work out with you, and that after the last time you smashed, that he wasn't going to be smashing you anymore, and you're about to see him again. So you have all of these things inside of you, right? Note to self, stay your ass at home. Or you too may have to hide your face in shame and cry the way Summer did. Look, that was a lot going on, girl. I think you should have just stayed at home. I don't know. Because it wasn't even like a storyline like alopecia to help somebody. It was just like meltdown after meltdown after meltdown. And I don't know if that's helpful to people. Anyway, so after we see that Summer's a liar, because Alex said he was very clear after the last time they smashed that he only wanted to be friends. Period. And she was like, no, he didn't. He's like, I did. She's like, no, he didn't. I did. No, he didn't. So she's just still in denial about their whole thing. I feel like he was very clear. Anyway, Noelle and Alex are friends now. I did not appreciate, I was aghast like everyone else, let's just say, when Alex, to de-villainize himself as a fuckboy, used the example that he could have smashed Noelle, but didn't, because he has restraint and fuckboys don't, is I feel what he was saying. I was clutching imaginary pride. I was like, wrong example, dude. Look, he's the kind of feminist that says the wrong shit. I can see I see his point completely. But to say it like she would have been a willing participant also, which I really think she would have. That assumption made out loud, the way that he did it in a fuckboy reference, not only implies that Noelle welcomes fuckboys, but that she would have allowed herself to be used as such for a fuckboy. So that it just was the wrong way to say what he could have said. You know what I mean? Like, he could have maybe used examples of the people that came to visit that weren't in the core group. Like, oh yeah, remember that girl was rubbing on my balls? Yeah, I could have totally smashed her and I didn't. Like that part. But don't use a freaking contemporary on your cast as the example next time, Alex. Okay? So then we get on to Amir and Natalie. Ooh, and the people were waiting for this. Can I get a 1 in the chat if you think that the show will miss Amir if Natalie can't come back. Wait, that's a long way to say what I'm saying. Okay, can I get a 1 in the chat if you want Amir back with Natalie? Can I get a 5 in the chat if you do not want Natalie back? And if that means Amir cannot come back, then oh well. So a 1 for yes, for Amir and Natalie coming back, and a 5 for I don't really care. Amir can come, but I don't need to see Natalie anymore. Or should I have another number that's just like neither? Anyway, leave some comments, because I'm feeling 5-ish, okay? I'm feeling 5-ish, and that's a little like Froggy, because he could jump, okay? As in off my screen, all right? Ribbit? Because, dude, when they got into the package on Amir and Natalie, and oh yeah, so then Andy says a lot of sexy things towards the men. He asked did Natalie have Amir's dick in her purse yet? And Amir, let me see. Dr. Heavenly just went live. Forgot about it. Let me get that there. So, Amir patted his leg and he was like, oh, it's right here. Did you see his little pat? He said, oh, it's right here. It's still here. It was so cute. Like my man, he'd be patting by his knee. He'd be like, oh, it's right here. But then again, my man don't wear tight ass pants. My man does not wear tight pants that you can see panty lines through. So when he does pat his knee, then it can be there without it being like, yeah. So, but Amir in his tight little pants was like, oh, it's right here. It was so cute to me anyway. So he basically, we went over last week how Amir said that unless Natalie can come full time, he doesn't see himself returning, because Natalie's his girlfriend. And if it was real life, and this is supposed to be reality, if it was real life, then he would be able to bring his girlfriend on vacation. She wouldn't just come for a couple days. She'd be there the whole time. And the people are saying, you know what, Amir? Sorry about that. She was talking too loud. But he said that he wasn't going to come back. Let me see what the survey says. Survey says 5-5. Alex is an awful guy. In reality, he leaves a trail of broken hearts. Oh my God. And just sticks his thing. No way. No way. No way. So, wait, mademoiselle. Now, is this firsthand? You know, one of the ladies, he broke their heart. Or is this a vibe you get? Because I can see like how Summer has her heart broken because he said he doesn't want to smash anymore after smashing, flying out, going back and forth like that. You really think, oh, you're all in, literally. Haha, get it? You're all in. All of it, daddy, all of it. Yeah, so she might have thought he was all in, and I could see how it would have been like mixed signals in a way, but the clarity came when he said we're just friends after the last smash. Maybe he should forego the last smash. That would really prove him not a fuckboy. But no, because there's always that smash, and then it's always that was the last smash, and so there's always gonna, I don't know. A trail of broken hearts. He does seem very charming. And you know PK's kids are wild. They be wild. 5, American go. Neither. We don't need neither of them. Smash the buttons. Yes. But remember to smash that like button. Smash the subscribe button. If you haven't already. Ring my bell. Ring my bell. So you can get notified when I upload a video. All right. Don't want Amir either because he will be butthurt. Yes. And he'll stop cleaning up. Can you imagine how nasty the house will look if Amir doesn't get to come back and at least clean up? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. He does not. Yeah. Natalie can stay her ass home next time, and Amir can stay with her. Thank you, Asha Rose and Naomi Singh, for being in the house. I agree, and I've said it before. Amir is anti-Black. Okay? And it's not our fault that we see his anti-Blackness. Okay? Unfortunately, by his own admission, he didn't get to grow up with the, I'm doing quotes, Black experience in Black skin, right? So he lived his life in Black skin, but he didn't get the infusion of Blackness from counterparts, so to speak. So he says things and does things in a different way. And one of the ways it shows up for me personally is how he specifically talks to Black women. The tones and the acquiescing he does with Natalie, I know he's getting her poon and everything, but still the way he talks to her is far less harsh than even the nicest of conversations with these women. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if that's because him not growing up around us, or him choosing to believe certain things of stereotypes about his own people. You know, he sure did want to do the swerve bad when Alex and them was doing the swerve. So he he admires them and is enamored of us, and he accepts his Blackness. I don't feel like he doesn't accept his Blackness. He's definitely checking the black box. But the way he interacts with Black women on this show bothers me. And I feel like he interacts with the guys okay, except, well, no, actually, that was Mitch behavior that he did towards Nick when his girl went and was injecting herself in their relationship in a negative way, and he's all taken up for her, blaming everybody else in the room, blaming all the Black people in the room because his girl was showing her entire Cuban ass on TV. Oh, she could have never done that. You guys did do that. How dare you bring her name up and all this stuff, you know, like it was just so, his unwillingness to even imagine that these Black women were telling the freaking truth about the dirt his girl did. And his, he couldn't even hardly get the whole sentence out. She wants to come back is the bottom line. She wants to come back, and they're so plotted. I feel like Amir and Natalie are so freaking plotted that him announcing they're buying a house is to make it so even if they're not married, because so far only the married people get to stay the whole trip, right? So Jasmine and Silas set the precedent. Only married people can stay the whole trip. If you're a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you get to come for your 72 hours and then you're kicking rocks, okay? Because it's not about that. So if they don't get married but are living together, do you think that he'll be like, well, she's practically my wife, she should get to come the whole time, and try to force their hand? I feel like they're that plotted on trying to force Natalie down our throats. She wants to come back and redeem herself. Not on my viewer hours. Not from my viewership, and not at the expense of what I'm gonna borrow it from Ariana Maddox. What did she tell Tom? I'm not gonna be you're not gonna get your redemption arc off of these Black women who she refused to interact with. And that's what Nick said. I was loving Nick when he told her, yeah, next time if she wants to come, how about she talks to people and try to get to know them instead of just talk about people. Okay? Because we all saw her little sneers and her little eye rolls that she was doing. All of them got to see that now by the time the reunion aired. And that's why none of them raised their hand when they were like, who here likes Natalie? Crickets like Natalie, because that's all you heard. Okay? Were the crickets. that Natalie likes. And then they tried to make it better by saying, well, they're a cute couple, you know. And I thought that was nice. Try to clean it up a little. Try to clean it up, because it looked like he was drowning. But then Andy says that Candace Diller Bassett said that Natalie, not with the corporate answers on giving, like, where's your relationship? And she's like, oh, I sold 2 million. I sell what he sells in a month. Like, she is just constantly doing little stuff where we see her clearly, and Amir is so far in the poon, he can't see right, you guys. He already has a ring. He said the ring is had, you guys. And Andy said, well, when did she tell you can propose? I thought that was cute. Amir said all the ladies were crazy for him, and that was a lie. Shanice did at one time in the house tell him that she wanted sex, but it was only because she was horny, not because she was really going to smash Amir, you know. Let's see what happened then. Then they went through another summer melting reel. Look, summer's melting. I thought winter melted, but summer's melting reel was so fringy, freaking cringy. And then her and Noelle got into it. Bria and Summer are good, even though she was yelling at Bria a lot in the house. And I loved how Noelle was not going to let her start with a lie or end with a lie when it had to come with her. I appreciated that, Noelle. And Noelle currently has Summer blocked. Okay. Alex said, treat people. Oh yeah, that was a good point. Alex was like, well, we understand that you were going through it, but even when you're going through it, isn't there still a capacity to, like, treat people nice? And you're like, basically, you were a freaking bitch on wheels, Summer. She was basically ruining their 15 days and didn't leave till the 13th day. Did not have a aha moment that she was a wet mop on Martha's Vineyard until the 13th day of 15, you guys. I was like, she must have been getting paid per episode or paid per day. And she had a quota of payment she needed to meet, because I'm pretty sure she knew she was raining on their parade, but just did not give a F and did not reel it in until the 13th day after she showed her ass so many times. She probably woke up in the middle of the night, sat up straight and was like, oh shit, everybody's going to see this. I need to get out of here. Yeah, we saw it. Then they go on to Jordan's alopecia treatment. It raised awareness. Then we go on to Preston. See how fast that was? Jordan was irrelevant. Jordan can go. Jordan was the other wet mop. That's why they're both at the end. I already told you they're bookends, because if they fall out, there's still enough content between them to sustain us. Summer and Jordan can go. I don't know what Jordan can do or bring next season, because, okay, she had the alopecia. That was a lot. But she didn't, like, if you think about what did Jordan say this season? They didn't even really have a reel to play back of Jordan when they introduced her, because she didn't say nothing, y'all. So the only thing Andy asked her was about the alopecia treatment. How's it going? She said she was growing hair back. Now she's having another freaking bout of the alopecia. And so some hair loss is happening again. He said, well, at least you got to raise awareness. And then he moved on, because even Andy was bored. You know what? It's one thing to be boring, but don't be bitter and boring. I've said that on some other cast members before. When you're bitter and boring, it's like, bye-bye, BBB, bitter, boring, bye-bye. Okay, so then Preston said that it's worse with his family now since his dad's death, and they're getting hit with some of his debt. And then they went back to Summer. Summer did a lot of talking. She was saying that she didn't know how to tell people what she was going through, but you know how to shit all over their vacation, but you don't know how to just say, oh, damn, I'm going through it. Whatever, Summer. Whatever. Now, Preston and Summer are cool right now. Jordan and Summer are working on it because remember, Summer had a meltdown in the car when Jordan wouldn't let her finish a word. That is the one time that Jordan did talk, was every time Summer tried to get a word out in the car on like day 2 or evening 2. And Jordan kept talking every time Summer was talking. That was one, but she wasn't saying nothing. She would just talk every time Summer tried to say something to like interrupt, but it wasn't a full statement of anything. And then she went back into her shell and said nothing else. So they're working on their relationship. Now, Summer said that she found her dad, you guys. I was so excited for her. And it was the guy on FB. They proved it through 23andMe. It's confirmed, but there's no need to clap because there's still non-relationship there. Yeah. I thought it was interesting when Andy said, will you come back? And Summer said she would like to spend the summer with smaller groups. I'm like, what are you saying, Summer? What, you, Amir, and Natalie are going to have a spinoff with Jordan? I don't know what that was. I have no idea why she would have said that. Preston shaded Bria a lot during the season we saw. And it's just because it's like sibling kind of energy, like that's his little sister, so he's always plucking with her, and that's her big brother, so she's always plucking with him. What I thought was very interesting that came out during this whole pluck-a-thon was that Bria had been arrested in the south of France, and Simon got her out of jail. However, she called Preston for help with international lawyers, and he never was thanked by Bria. And then for her attitude to be towards him on camera, he was saying, was very interesting to me, because off camera, I'm getting your ass out of jail in other countries, but on camera, you got a problem with me. I thought that was really interesting. And I could see us actually why Preston had a little shade towards her, because he felt not thanked for getting your ass out of jail in the south of France. I wonder if she was arrested by the security guard that chased Kelly Rowland up the thing and the Dominican actress up the thing. I wonder was that security guard moonlighting as Cannes security and is really south of France PD, and she's the one who arrested Bria. I don't know why I said that. So he said they're basically like conflicted siblings. And she was saying that, Simon was the one who was there for her and got her out. But Simon lacks boundaries and respect of her boundaries. And the people all agree that Simon is a clout chaser who likes her being on TV. And she was saying, well, he's a multimillionaire, so he doesn't need this, but he still likes the attention, Bria. You can clearly see it. And doesn't care how he smells when he's getting the attention. I was so glad they hadn't invented smell-o-vision yet, because all the people in the foyer, when he took that thing off, dispersed so fast, and we're talking about how rank he smelled. That was gross. Poor Bria. But Nick really appreciated Bria establishing the boundary with Simon at his friend's memorial. They were saying that they have to educate white men, and Amir agreed. The soulmate being in Tribeca is not a red flag to Simon, because he's already aware of the soulmate in Tribeca. And now Simon is equally aware that Bria wants Nick to smash her. He's definitely a clout chaser. Even her mom, who's talked to Jasmine about it, agrees that Simon loves the camera, okay? let's get at some of these comments. Let's see what's happening over here. Oh, we need to talk about the house thing. Yes, from my impression, Amir was saying that he is responsible for the mortgage, but her name is on the deed. Fucking crazy. I took it that they were getting a house together. I hope he didn't sign on for that deal. I did not hear those. I did not hear that. I'm going to have to go back and dissect that session. I just heard him say that they were getting a house together, and they were like, it's kind of soon. And he's like, we're getting a house together. It sounded, it was, but he did not say to live in together. So I thought it might have been an investment property, and maybe they were going to flip it or something. Because getting a house together and getting a house to live in together as real estate agents could be two very different things, you know? I took it as they were just getting a house together. I didn't read anything else into it, but now I'm thinking that because he didn't say the live part, it could just be to flip. And he's trying to make it seem like that, like I said, so he could act like, oh, we living together. She need to be on the show. There are many Alexes in the world, definitely. Yes. Noelle was being too thirsty for Alex. What's good, Jessica A? Did I ever say hi to Aisha Rose? Thanks for being here. Too thirsty for Alex during the season, and Alex already revealed during Kempire's live that he and Noelle hooked up and they are playing it coy on TV. I did not see that interview, and I will go find it, but I totally got that they smashed vibes. And yeah, good for her that she's playing her cards close to the chest on the national platform. Maybe next season, if they both come back, they'll save it for then as a reveal. But I'm glad if that's the case, it didn't get brought up at the reunion, because I'd like to see how that develops without the pressure from everybody. You know what I mean? Because Kempire isn't seen as widely as Watch What Happens Live and Bravo. So not too many people saw that compared to how many people saw the energy between them, but don't know the fact. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. I'm sorry, but how the fuck are you in a relationship with somebody for only a year and buying a fucking house? Hey, well, when somebody has your dick in their purse, if they walk into this house and they're like, this is the only place your dick is going to be, then that might be your sign to buy the house, Amir. I don't know. Mademoiselle, I just saw that part. Amir is an idiot. He need to go. Okay, so Bianca, he said that he's paying the mortgage and she's buying the house. She's a freaking user. He doesn't get it. That is such usury. So she gets all the benefit. He who holds the deed holds the power. Possession is 9/10 of the law, Amir. Dude, he's a dingbat. Noelle got on my nerves during the reunion, doing too much. You think so? I thought she was playing coy and low key. I like her little Southern Phaedra, Southern Belle shtick that she has, and how she just has her little high keeper. I love her personality. I felt like Jordan wasn't doing enough. I felt like Summer was doing too much, but I did not get that feeling personally from Noelle. Probably because I like her. I'm a little biased. I'm sorry. But if that's what you got, hey, some people that she's too much, I can imagine. Bianca Edwards, I'm not sure how he meant it though. Would love to see everyone else's take on the matter. Yeah, in the comments, can you guys put in the comments what you guys thought of Amir's statement that she's on the deed and he's on the mortgage? Yeah, sounds a little like he's being black. Look, he might not have been in black culture, grew up in black culture, but he getting a taste of it now. That kind of sounds like reverse slavery. You paying for everything and she getting all the benefits. No, that is slavery. Oh my. Amir is black after all. Imagine that. Can I just say that I love the way Jasmine, yes, shout out to Jasmine. She didn't go too low. She kept it all. I love Jasmine. She is a leader. Jasmine is a good leader. True Capricorn, definitely. She said who she got a problem and knocked it out one by one, especially with Jordan. And Jordan was left speechless Or should I say Jordan continued her speechlessness from the season and still didn't even give us a reason. I don't know. What is she? I have it right here. Jordan's a weirdo. Okay. Jordan is a weirdo. Andy started off by saying that Jasmine had baby Silas in her belly and we didn't know. And also about her being disconnected from the group. Jordan is a widow. And her comments about not trusting Jasmine because she's married now is weird. It's just so weird. And if Jasmine is telling on herself that she's going to be the kind of wife that changes absolutely nothing about herself and amends no parts of her social etiquette after marriage, then she's just telling on herself. All I can say is that every married woman I know, I personally know, at one time was a different way than they are now with their husbands and with pride. Because there's a form of evolution that comes when you put your panties on and you're in a committed relationship now, from when you had your thong on and you were shaking your ass in the club on anything that would move. There's a difference. You just can't. Duh. Come on. They isolated Jasmine because she got married and was acting married, but also trying to orchestrate things as a married person so that everybody could have the joy that she has. And she was basically trying to make Jordan's dreams come true. Jordan said she wanted to be in a committed relationship. Jasmine says, well, hey, maybe you and Amir could work out. And Jordan's like, you were trying to sell me to him. You were trying to sell me to him. Oh my God. You were just trying to sell me to him. Because I said I wanted something and you were trying to help me get it. And you're such a horrible fucking friend. Because on top of it, you act married now. And you don't just want to go out and twerk on everybody with me. I don't understand her whole vibe. Jasmine is a very down-to-earth girl to allow the room for this in her life, okay? She's giving her friend some more room because she know her friend is still going through whatever she's going through, and that it's not Jasmine, it's Jordan for surely. The least supportive was Jordan. And even when Jordan made that comment on the show, when she found out that there was a baby Silas as a stowaway on the cast trip to Martha's Vineyard, the first thing Jordan's bitter, boring self says in her confessional is a slight at baby Silas's daddy and at Jasmine's husband, talking about, well, I think it's his only kid. Like he has all kind of baby mamas everywhere. Stereotyping the stereotypes that are put on Black people. Come on, Jordan. You could do better. You're a DJ. You could spin something better than that. Come on, girl. Come on. And then trying to act like, oh, I was just saying that in jest. But what did you say in not jest that was a true compliment or encouragement or support of Jasmine's pregnancy? Nothing. So it wasn't in jest. It was the only thing that you meant to say was a slight against the person that took your friend out of her hoe phase into her wife phase. No one missed Silas though. So that's why I thought it was interesting, that comment we were talking about earlier where they said that Preston said that him and Silas are closer than him and Jasmine. I thought that was really interesting because last night, nobody said they were close with Silas. And nobody missed Silas being there at the summer house this season. So I thought it's very interesting how things can change, right? So Jasmine wants Preston and Summer, Shanice and Jordan. She wanted to know why they had excommunicated her. And Summer's like, oh, well, I had said that I wanted to invite you on the trip and they all said no. And I would like to know why also. I mean, even as a married woman, if her guy was deployed at that time, then why not invite the friend who introduced your guy's whole little circle or whatever? And for Preston, who she considered to be the most neutral person, to also be like and piled on with bitter ass Jordan. And then I was like, Shanice, what are the clothes cutting off your circulation to the brain that you have a problem with Jasmine? Where did that come from? And I feel like Jordan replaced Jasmine with Shanice because Shanice can still get butt naked and twerk all over everybody and fall down drunk. Because that's who Jasmine is not anymore and who Jordan remains to be. So no wonder they didn't want her on the trip, right? Just because Jordan isn't in the Playboy Mansion, that's the whole problem, I feel like, with Jasmine and her. And that Jasmine has not looked down on Jordan because she hasn't evolved. She's still trying to be there and make herself available as best she can in her new role as a wife and now mother. And Jordan is just not here for any of it. She's a freaking hater. And her attitude screams jealous. Her attitude screams bitter. I'm like, did you have a girl crush on Jasmine on top of it? Is that where this hate is stemming from? Like, did you guys used to, like, I don't know, get so drunk and then grind on each other and kiss and make out later? What's the real problem? Why are you so hating towards her right now, Jordan? Now, then we get to Nick, who's run 12 marathons since the show. And his feet, hands, and mouth all got asked about him being handsy. He is uncomfortable looking back at his behavior, but also said that it wasn't like booty scooping behavior. So it was handsy and it wasn't inappropriate, and he's a touchy guy, but he will be amending his behavior. Let's see. I have these notes. That's why I keep saying, I have to find my place on the page, and that's how I do it. I'm sorry, you guys. Let's see. Now, that whole Bria comment about smashing somebody, if he was drunk, he would smash. That's another thing that makes me feel like Bria really wants to smash Nick. Why you keep saying stupid shit like that unless it's on your mind? It's clear what's on her mind is Nick in her mouth, okay? That's all I'm saying. Her and Tasia broke up, and it's because he embarrassed her on TV. Then Amir picks up where Natalie left off and tears into Nick about his eyes wandering and staring at asses and all of that stuff. And I feel like Amir was doing that so that when it came time to defend Natalie, it could be like, well, it's because you've been looking at these people, and so of course Natalie needs to go tell on you. I don't know. That's what I made it in my mind. But Amir said it's not a good look, and it really wasn't. I mean, he literally, the 8th housewife played it back where Shanice had her ass out again. I'm telling you, Shanice is the problem. Last year, Bria had a problem with her getting butt naked in front of her man. Look, Shanice needs to control herself. Just have some freaking self-respect. Leave your clothes on in social situations, and freaking everybody won't have these problems. Men won't have to pick their eyeballs up off the floor and put them back in their heads, and pick their mouths up off the floor and put it back to their chin when they're oogling at you because you're so gorgeous and you're bouncing your titties in their face. Okay? So I kind of feel like Shanice has some responsibility in this. This is not a butt naked summer 15-day event. The only person butt naked for 15 days is Shanice. I feel like Shanice should put some fucking clothes on so all these problems stop. Let's see. Okay, if Shanice has her clothes on next season and there are no problems, that'll be the tell, okay? But right now, Amir and Nick's relationship is rifted. There is definitely a rift in the relationship. And I could feel like Nick feels a little lied to by Amir also. Now they get into Natalie's actions. Why is she so bizarre? Why is she messy as hell? And Amir totally didn't see any of it. He didn't want to hear that his girl was a liar, even though he played it back and saw she's a freaking liar. They did not ask Natalie to do anything. Natalie said she's going to go tell. They actually said they tried to stop that from going and telling. She wanted camera time. She studied housewife shows enough to know that bone collectors get camera time. Hey, baby. She followed housewives formulas enough to know that bone collectors get camera time. Just one.
No.
Which one?
I want ruffles.
Okay. Let me see. Let's see. Watch out. It's okay. Here. Give me that. Okay. I have to keep the treats out of their reach because, yes. So, let's see. So Amir, after seeing that his lady who has the deed on the mortgage he pays, lied, inserted herself, ran back with Bones, threw him at Nick's girlfriend, and then hid behind him the same way he hid behind the door frame when Bria and Mariah was getting into it. I was like, no wonder they love each other. No wonder no wonder Amir and Natalie are together. They are two birds of the same. They are two cheeks on the same ass. They are both throw your rocks and hide your hands type of people. Okay? No wonder they resonated. No wonder they resonated. Because Amir last season did the whole debacle with the dog stuff in the thing and the thingamabob. Took zero accountability for it. Lie, and then he didn't lie last season about it. Well, he lied by omission because he didn't tell the people who needed to know last season. He told everybody else. Okay, so that's a lie by omission, Amir. And if it's not a good look for Nick to have his eyes wander at asses, it's certainly not a good look for Amir to be doing this. Okay? But now his girlfriend comes and she starts a whole lot of mess. And then when Nick is clearly asking in an English language that she speaks, saying, how did this happen? Who brought this up? Why was it trying to get to Tasia? Did we see Natalie with her whole chest the way that she said she was going to go tell Tasia? Did we see that same chest puff up and take accountability for doing that on her own free will? Or did she let Bria, Noelle, and Shanice get nice and comfortable under the bus that she gave the keys to Nick to run over them with? I say the latter. And then they showed that look on her face. She was literally standing there with her, like, biting her thumb, like, oh, please don't say my name. Please don't say my name. Please don't say my name. Zero accountability. Zero accountability is that couple right there, Amir and Natalie. She's a liar. She's a liar. And nobody wants her back. We don't like her. But Amir said she wants to come back to redeem herself. And you're not going to use me for your redemption arc, Natalie. You're not going to use the viewers of this excellent show, Summer House Martha's Vineyard, for your redemption arc on how to interact with Black people properly, but not starting shit and then hiding your hands after you don't say nothing to the ladies and only tell them how about your business acumen. Okay? I feel she's a bitter, messy, hating liar who thinks she's smarter than the rest of the girls there. She really does. She thinks she's smarter than everybody in that room, Natalie does, in my opinion. And her and Amir, when they get married, they're going to have to get married in quiet. It's going to be a mute wedding because that's what they are when they should be taking accountability for the mess that they start. Okay? That's what they are. Let's pause here for a second. We have a little more to go. Let's see. What was my last comment? It's only a couple comments we have to catch up on. Thanks for being in LRGA Curves today. Make sure you smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, and ring the bell if you haven't already. The algorithm loves it when we engage with each other. If you have a little heart thing on the side over there, if you hit that a couple times, it makes more people come up in here. Just like when you're on Instagram and you smash that little thing, it makes more people go on the live and stuff. Did you know that? So if you do that, we might get some more people in here. Also, just engage, leave a comment, share this video. Right on. Mademoiselle, he literally said they are closing a house together after dating for a year. He said they are both, he says they are both on the deed. So they both have equal rights in the property. Excellent. Ooh, oh my God. Because I thought he was finding out what slavery was firsthand. I'm so glad he didn't want a personal lesson in slavery. Not looking forward to Silas returning either. Silas is so serious, but that's just his military background. Silas is a lot. That's a lot of energy. We all know a man like Silas, and we all know a man like Alex, and we all know a man like Amir, and we all know a man like Nick, I'm sure. And we all know a man like Preston. While they aren't completely toxic, there are definite traits in them, right? Silas does kind of have this now Silas gives off TMS a little. He played that trick on her last season and I was like, oh, that's toxic masculinity at its finest. Toxic masculinity at its finest. He was playing some head games talking about she couldn't do something when she went out, but he could do it. And see, nobody wants those kind of head games, Silas. I hope Silas being away, I hope he matures a little bit and can calm down and hopefully he'll be able to have a little fun, because that could have been some of the energy that was off-putting to everyone else around Jasmine, was because you know how when you're with somebody and they're not really necessarily doing the right thing, you're going to save it till you guys get home in private before you read them the riot act. And in public, you're just going to be like, yeah, whatever that stupid shit is he just said is right. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever that stupid shit is she just said is right. That could have been some of what she was given last season. I see that now, because she did have to account for Silas's energy in an extra way to her friends who are fun-loving, free-loving, full of life. And here comes the drill sergeant with his weird rules about where women go and where men go, and then always wanting her to every morning, so everybody knows that's his poon poon, just in case they were confused. Yeah, I'll let you know, as a married woman, the wears off about year 5. You stop making the noise. I mean, you still are into it and everything, but you're not like totally making all that noise, especially as soon as the kids start getting there. You can't make that noise anymore, or else the kids will come knock on the door and be like, what's wrong with mommy? Right? Or if it's a real good nut, what's wrong with daddy? Right? I don't know. Anyway, I don't know why I went there. Sorry, you guys. Sorry. Who buys a house? Who isn't their husband? A lot of people these days. A lot of people. Ask Tom Sandoval and Ariana Maddox. Yep. We could start there. A lot of people do it. And doesn't Kristen Doughty and her dude have a house? And are they married yet? I don't know why I brought her up as an example, that racist bitch. Anyway, Mac, that's good. The women are not going to mess with Natalie. There's no reason for her to come. That's what I'm saying. That she threw them under the bus. They told her not to take their business back there. They were sitting there having a nice private kiki, and then here comes the overseer over to the thing, and she's gonna run it back to the main house in Massa and tell everybody and try to blow up the spot. Whatever. That was total op behavior, you guys. As an op for the opposition behavior. The way Jazz sat there with that resting bitch face when she knew that what Jordan was saying was joking about Silas. Yes, having another kid. Yeah. Ooh. And she's lucky she said we could still work on it. Jordan wouldn't have to be my friend anymore. She really wouldn't have to be my friend anymore. I wouldn't. You don't have to see Auntie Jordan. No. Natalie is an opportunist. She should just work for Buying Beverly Hills. Yeah, that's the selling Sunset, Buying Beverly Hills. Maybe her and Amir can head up Buying Texas or whatever it is. Right? Aisha, Jordan is annoying to me too. She needs to be, yes. Yeah. Bianca, I don't know. I feel like he's differentiating things, but you're probably right. I'm saying, like, I like her, but she annoyed the hell out of me. Yeah, it's like I like her, and when I say the words I like, so like if I say, oh, I like Jasmine, she seems like she's a good leader and she has an even personality and she's willing to hear people out. Oh, I like Alex. He seems to want to get to the truth of the situation, even if it's going to hurt your feelings. I could say, oh, I like Nick. He's sure about himself and he was willing to admit that he embarrassed his girlfriend on real TV. When I get to Jordan, I'm like, oh, I like Jordan. But I don't have anything to follow it up with. I mean, I just don't hate her. So I like her. But she annoyed me also, but I can't really name what it is I like about Jordan, Summer was crying out for help. Yeah, well, she needs to, maybe they could get a show where people who need help go there. This was like supposed to be a fun, light summer. And for her to have the moniker of the title, I was just like, wet rag. Jordan, Jazz, Bria, Amir, Alex. Oh, Naomi cleaning house. Naomi's cleaning house. Oh my gosh. Reboot. We're getting a reboot, y'all. Season 2. Let me get some water in me, you guys. Just a second. Oh my gosh, you're hilarious, Naomi. She said, Jordan, Jazz, Bria, Amir, Alex can go. Jordan, boring. Jasmine, she needs to go be with Silas and be a mother. Bria, she's a lot of work. It's just a lot of work. And she wants to be the only one yelling all the time. Like she thinks that it's okay for her to yell and cry and storm off, but nobody else can. Amir, he needs to figure out some things. Plus he takes up for the wrong things at the wrong time and no accountability. Alex, yeah, look, you smashed 2 girls from the same cast. You're starting to give off the other summer house kind of vibes, which is why exactly I like the summer house, is because they're not all swapping body fluids and they don't get fall down white girl drunk and have to hold each other's hair earling over the side of the railing and stuff. I appreciate that about this particular cast. I feel like you can party, you can have fun, and you can still hold yourself with class and have a nice demeanor about yourself and all of that. And as a juxtaposition to the other summer house where they're all just red-faced, drunk, falling down, slurring, swapping fluids, even after marriage and after engagement over at that summer house over there. It's just I just don't like it. I just don't like it. I just don't like it. I don't know. So I was really happy to see that not only were we getting a Black cast of Summer House, but they were doing it in a Black excellence type of way. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, they can all go. So that means we're left with Nick can stay. Shanice can stay. I like Shanice. Noelle and Preston. And Summer? You want to keep Summer too, Naomi? I would add Summer to your list. Me personally, I would add Summer to your list and keep Noelle. I would keep Noelle, Preston, Shanice, and Alex off top. If Silas has to return, I feel like that could skew Jasmine's energy. And what are they going to bring the baby to? I don't know. But yeah, I agree with this. These people can go. They can go. They can. Aisha Rose, she started getting on my nerves when she had that breakdown on Alex and Nick because they thought she was attractive. Yeah, that was weird last season. Oh, you just objectified me for my body. Well, I'm sorry. When you've been spread eagle in a magazine, when you've been spread eagle butt naked in a magazine, and the staple is on your clitoris, or would that be on your navel? Yeah, the staple is on your navel and it looks like a belly ring because you're spread eagle in a magazine. When men meet you, if they objectify you, is it really their fault? Are they really supposed to have that much control? Are they? Or could you have allowed a little room for them to be enamored with your beauty? Because that was the point of you being spread eagle in the magazine, right? Like you wanted people to see how pretty your hoo-ha was. So then when people said, oh, damn, your hoo-ha was beautiful in that magazine, you're mad. I think Jordan might be a certain kind of crazy now that we're talking about it. Because how is that a problem? You go in a magazine butt naked because you think you're attractive enough to do it, obviously, and confident enough to do it. And then when that is realized outside of the magazine, you're mad at everybody. She rubbed me wrong last season too, actually. I didn't like it at all. Yeah, she needs grace and new friends. Definitely new friends. Yes. Wonder how Summer's grandma's doing. Exactly. Smaller doses, maybe weekends. Yeah, because on Summer House, don't they do, on the other Summer House, do they go back and forth on the weekends? I don't even watch that show though, you guys. I only see the clips on social media, but I thought it was a little set up a little differently, where I thought it was like the weekends they party hard or something. Oh, look, Mademoiselle loves Bria. She makes the show interesting. Right on. I can't stand Bria, OMG. I can't believe Bria didn't say thank you to Preston. I can. Bria wants us to believe Simon is a multimillionaire. We all know it to be status attorneys are speed dial. Wait, we all know to be that status, attorneys are on speed dial. Exactly, right? Like if you're a multimillionaire, you're not calling Texas to ask your friend's co-star about international attorneys. Is Preston in law? Yeah, you wouldn't have had him on speed dial. Arrested at Zara! She was shoplifting? Was she shoplifting? Let me look up. What was Bria arrested for? I'm looking it up right now. Google. What was Bria arrested for on Martha's Vineyard summer house? Let's search. Distressing incident with French police. Pop culture. Bria Fleming was wrongfully accused of a crime in France. She recounted the incident in a series of TikTok videos. Oh, I'm going to have to go find those and we'll play them all back for you guys. Fleming was booked for events at the Cannes Film Festival by her agent. So it could have been having to do with that same security guard I told y'all. The same security guard, because she was there for Cannes Film Festival. And the same security guard could have been moonlighting there last season too, who got rough with Kelly Rowland in the Dominican. Oh my gosh, let's keep reading. So Fleming was booked on an event and a random woman claimed the reality star and her sister robbed her in a Zara clothing store. After she and her sister were released from jail, Bria went back to the police station with a translator to explain what happened, and the police said she was making a monologue and not to come to the police station with her stories. Fleming said that had it not been for her boyfriend, a white German who spoke to a detective who was also German, she would still likely be in jail. According to her, the police were looking for something they could use against her. She said that the detective apologized and that the woman who made the false statement did so out of jealousy. Now Fleming has issued an official statement addressing the incident. I am issuing this public statement to share my details of a distressing incident that occurred on May 20th involving myself and my sister in France. We were unjustly taken into custody by French officials based on false claims that were made against us, alleging that we had robbed a woman in a Zara store. The treatment we endured throughout this ordeal left us feeling humiliated, hurt, scared, and deeply concerned for our rights and well-being. The statement continued. On the aforementioned date, we were approached by a group of approximately 10 motorcycle police officers who abruptly stopped us in front of Versace without explanation and demanded that we surrender our shopping bags and proceeded to force us to empty the contents on the street. Subsequently, they meticulously checked the receipts of every transaction we made. To our shocking dismay, we were still taken into custody without being informed for the reason behind the arrest. That sounds like something that happens in Europe. It happened to Nicki Minaj the other day when the Dutch police asked her to get into the thing and told her she was being arrested and didn't tell her what for either. But also here in America, we know that they be taking our asses into custody, and rarely all they'd read is the rights, but they don't tell you what you're being arrested for. So that seems to be a thing throughout the whole globalization of po-poing, is that they ain't gonna tell you shit until they feel like it. I'm sorry. Let me get back to the story. Throughout the entire process, we are subjected to mistreatment, a complete lack of communication. Our personal dignity was violated when we were forcefully stripped naked and subject to not one, but 2 drug tests. Now, these actions were unnecessary and degrading and served only to intensify our distress. Compounding the already challenging situation, we were denied access to any English-speaking lawyers or translators, preventing us from fully understanding the legal procedures being carried out. Furthermore, we were coerced into signing documents written in French without any comprehension of their contents or implications. This lack of transparency further exacerbates our concerns about the fairness and integrity of the proceedings. It is imperative that we seek justice and hold these people accountable. If anyone reading this statement has knowledge of a qualified international lawyer, we kindly request that you reach out to us as soon as possible. We feel compelled to share our story publicly, to share light on this violation of our rights and the mistreatment that we endured. We believe in the importance of transparency, accountability, and fairness of all legal systems. No individual should be subjected to treatment without cause, regardless of nationality or background. Wow. Wow, you guys. Arrested due to Zara in front of Versailles and having all of her Versace put upon the dirty streets of France. I heard don't they have bed bugs and a real bad rat problem right now because all the trash and everything? I think they just hit it while the things are happening, but there's still a lot of trash happening in Paris. A lot of stuff is happening over there, you guys. Bless Paris's heart. Or let him get what's coming. No, Bria was treated awful. I think they asked, yeah, they did. 2. If you're enjoying this live, and want to support the host, my Cash App is $LRGA Curves. All of it's appreciated. He's also European, yet had connections. To get his girlfriend out of jail. Simon isn't going to respect Bria's boundaries. He's never going to because he doesn't think she deserves her boundaries respected. Or else he would have done it by now, right? Didn't Simon fart? That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it was a fart or if he just stank. But yes, it was nasty on top of nasty. It was stupid on top of nasty. Yeah. Simon jumped in the pool in his suit during the Lux Party season 1. Yeah, just always wanting extra attention. I'm here. All you guys are all melanated and I'm here. Notice me. How can I get more attention? Oh, let me jump in a pool. How can I get more attention? Oh, let me put on this flamingo suit and shit in my pants. I don't know why Simon is even with Bria. Hey, they love each other. I love your name, Aisha Rose. you wanted to name your baby Aisha? Oh, I knew you had boys. Yeah. Amir did say Natalie's name was on the deed, but not on the mortgage. Oh, so they did say that. So they're, okay. So they own the property equally because they're on the deed together. But his name is on the bill. It was after the commentaries about the ring. It's their primary home. Oh, it's their primary home, not an investment. Oh, so he must be doing that thing about, well, since I'm the guy and this is a house, I'm going to provide for my girlfriend. That's beautiful, Amir. She's a keeper. Alex did say that he wanted to connect with Noelle during the show last night. He did. And she did a nice little coy ass smile too. That's right. I thought I heard he definitely is differentiating the two things. Which he did not need to do. He could have just said, we bought a house. Why talk about whose name is on the deed? Ah, see? So we're all reading between the lines together. Bria irritates me so bad. How do you say Nick is too touchy and then ask him to take a nap and cuddle with you? Thank you. Because you want to smash? Because you want to smash? It's like they're trying to set Nick up. Exactly. Because for Jordan and the other Summer to talk about it, and then the other girls said they didn't talk about it, but then they said, oh yeah, we had talked about it. Didn't somebody during the thing? They said, we didn't know the other girls talked to him about that before. But then I could have swore that Bria turned to Jordan and said, yeah, we had talked about it. So I don't know when. Maybe it was after or something. I'm not sure. Amir has a white master who owns the property. Yep. And Master told him she better be on the show next season or he doesn't get his dick out of her purse. Exactly. Amir said they are closing on the house next month. In his name, she's on the deed. Andy shaded him. I'm hoping it was a business arrangement. They're going to use it. They're going to use her credit on the next deal. Oh, okay. Amir is crazy. He is very weird. Like Jasmine isn't the same person she used to be before she was married. Yeah, things change sometimes after you get married. Sometimes they do. I mean, and it should, as far as the whole going out every night, taking drinks from strange men, staying out till 3. Like, why do you might not want to do that every weekend after you get married. Yeah, smash the buttons, y'all. Smash them. Thanks, Bianca. Love you. H, yet it makes more than he. Yeah. So why did she make $2 million in a month and he makes $2 million in a year, but he's paying for everything? Jazz also tried to push a dude onto Bria before Simon came. Bria was upset with Jazz, not respecting. Yeah, she was just being pushy. Well, the people don't like Simon either. So I could see that. She was just trying to get everybody booed up so it wasn't awkward for them, probably. No excuses. It was pushy. I think Jasmine is harmless. Married people love setting singles up. We do. Because we want to still hang out with fun people. See, if you're fun as a couple, that's different than being fun as a single. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you can have fun couple nights out, but just don't go all Shania Twain. Right on. The deed is the most important thing. Jordan has more issues than Summer. I kind of feel like they have, I think they might be in a race, and one is Sha'Carri Richardson from America, and one is the other fast lady from Jamaica, and they only have each other beat by seconds. It's milliseconds, okay, on who has more issues between Summer and Jordan. Milliseconds on who the winner of that race is. But they are both winning that race. Jordan said first pregnancy, Shady being preg and having a kid are two separate things. But she doesn't even need to do that. Apple Charm, thanks for coming through. We appreciate you being in the house. I was sad to see Silas and Preston aren't talking. See, but wait, somebody said earlier that he was on an interview on CK on Carlos King and said that him and Silas are talking and that he's not talking to Jasmine. So things change, I guess. I think rewatching this show changes feelings. I think so too. That's just why, and we see it happen all the time on like Married to Medicine. It happened on other housewife shows. Everything will have been resolved. They will have taken a couples trip, and then the show comes out and they see everything that was said in confessions and behind their backs, and then they start with the Twitter thumbs again, and it's all smoke all over again, even though it was resolved enough for you to end up on a couples trip together, because it brings everything up. It stirs all those feelings up. Jazz lined their asses up and confronted them. Yes, Jasmine. She turned to each one. Bria and Shanice didn't want her on the trip. And that was Bria and Shanice didn't want her on the trip. But Jordan didn't want her on the trip either. If I was Nick, I wouldn't mess with Amir. If I was Nick, I wouldn't mess with him. Yeah, he's no good. Yeah, Amir is not a guy's guy. At least not these guys' guy. I bet he has a guy that he's a guy to, because I was on his Instagram the other day and he said he's in a bromance with somebody who was feeding him a cheeseburger very sexily. And it was another man, and he was eating this cheeseburger all sexy like, you know. So I think that he is not a mess with other people, but is a mess with this crew. It still doesn't understand how Mick was. I'm like, he was no more handsy than anybody else, right? I don't think so. I feel like they were picking on Nick. Maybe because he looks also. Maybe that's the difference, because he can't tear his eyes away from an ass when it's shaking in his face, or from an aorlia when it's bouncing in the waves. He cannot turn his head. So maybe him not being able to turn his head, along with having a hand here, having a hand there, even if it's not booty scooping, is why people are doing that. Exactly, Curves. Bria is so irritating because, yeah, she's not Nick's type at all. I don't think so. I don't get that Nick is attracted to Bria at all. Now, I think Nick might be attracted to Shanice, IRL. And I could see now that he's not with Tanisha, if he comes back with a neck tattoo, whether it's a permanent or temporary, Shanice and him could hook up. I could see him calming her down maybe, or him bringing her something out. I don't know. I could see that. That's kind of why I put them together right here. I'm like, I could see them being a couple. Like, she was very into tattooed Nick. Very into the idea of any tattoo anywhere on Nick, and she'll be all in. Okay? Yes, mademoiselle. Exactly. Then they try to make it look like Nick was a creep, when any man, well, except for Amir, who knows Natalie's at home with his dick in her purse. Any other man, when their dick is there, they're going to be looking. But when your dick is in the purse and your girlfriend has the purse, can you imagine the phone call when the dick in her purse gets hard and it's not because of you? The phone call is going to be, wait, why is your dick hard? What's happening over there, Nick? I mean, what's happening over there, Amir? Your dick is hard and it's here in my purse. Is Shanice naked again? I told you, I thought you said you didn't look. I thought you said you didn't look, Amir. You said Nick looks, but your dick is hard. So that means you're looking right now, and I can tell because your dick is here with me in the purse. In our house that you pay the mortgage on. Yeah, I watched it on Peacock. So we get the extended version. Yeah, we love moms. Natalie can stay away. She can keep Amir with her. I hope women on this show ice Natalie out. Ooh, I hope so too. Do not be nice to her. We are nice to everybody. Even if they don't deserve to be at the cookout, we're still nice. We're still nice at cookouts. But I feel like Natalie needs some ice burn. She needs a nice frostbite. How about that, Natalie? How about a nice bit of frostbite for you? A nice bit of frostbite on that little keister. Ice her out. Ice her out. Ice her out. Ice her out. I'm horrible, you guys. Silas and Jason are needed. Whoa, wait. Oh, Jason is Preston's dude. Yeah, I liked Preston. He was fun. But note to everybody's self, don't fall asleep with your mouth open on the back of a bus, on a subway, or at a party. Yay! Love. Let's see. Yes, we know all those type of men. It's a good fit. Yeah, Jason was a good fit. He was like a male Noel personality. Yeah, like he's just fun. That's why I think somebody said earlier that they feel like Noel is just a little too much, but I really appreciate her over the topness. I like it. I love a good over the top anything because I'm a little over the top too. James Kennedy and his girlfriend. Yes, they can both go. Is that what you're saying, Anne? That James Kennedy and his girlfriend can go? Because I think so. Oh my God, Anne, is this from you? Where is this? Wait, can I make it? How do I make it show? Wait, here. I got a super chat from Anne, you guys. We are to believe that Simon is a multimillionaire, yet Preston's help was needed for an attorney connections. Okay, for attorney's connections. Where's the family attorney? Simon. Okay. Even Simon Gobadia has attorneys on freaking speed dial. Simon got his freaking attorneys down, okay? And they're paid. That's one bill that Simon pays, are the attorney's fees for himself. But this Simon, Bria Simon, a multimillionaire. Very interesting. So not only did he not have a multimillionaire, it was only the fact that he spoke German to German about his girlfriend that got her off the hook. Let's see. So then we have, Well, wait. So I'm not understanding what we're saying about James Kennedy and his girlfriend. Like they can go too? Because I don't like James Kennedy much either. And Allie is a super fan who's trying to kick off her guitar career. She thinks she's the next Taylor Swift. And she might have did a reading on herself that said if she can get on the show and mesmerize James, then somebody will eventually hear her sing. I'm correct. Those women hold major grudges. I hope so. I hope they do. Balat, hey, what's good? Then they showed Natalie looking like she had just lit a match and was hoping she didn't get caught. She did. Her eyes, she did. That's the scene I'm talking about. Like she's literally sitting there behind a mirror looking like, please don't say anything. Please don't say anything. Is my invisible coat working? She's like, they don't see me. They don't see me. They don't see me. We saw you. No, thank you. Thank you, you guys. I love you guys. They're looking for single men for season 3. Oh, are they Apple Charmed? Where do they put the shout out? Across black campuses all over at the Greek 9? Do they go over to the Divine 9 and put in a casting call at the Divine 9? Is that what's happening? Oh, Bianca, they said that Alex was on Kimpire and said that him and Noel have smashed since the show wrapped and that they're just keeping it cute and quiet right now. You guys. Yes, Preston and Noel are my fave this season. Right on. Preston, the only thing with Preston is I still don't know why why are you so mad at Jasmine? That's just what I don't understand. Other than that, Preston's great. I love Preston. I love Ginger Ale. I love Preston. Okay. However, why are you and Jordan in particular so upset with Jasmine? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Shanice can go. Or she can either go put some clothes on or she can go. But I kind of like Shanice because she's like the one regular one. She's not all labeled out. And she is kind of off-brand for all of these people. I appreciate that quirkiness about her. And every group of friends has one broke friend. It's okay. Noel, Preston, and Noel are your faves too. Right on. What's good, Smack to you? Thanks for being here. Happy Monday. Yes, Jordan. Exactly. Jordan irritates me so bad. I meant Alex and Amir. Then Amir had the sense and was respectful to her, and she just went off the deep end. She did. It was so bizarre. Oh, you're just gonna look at me like I have tits? Like I was in the middle of the magazine and you saw my hoo-ha? And you think I'm pretty? Fuck you for telling me I'm pretty. You're not gonna objectify me. I'm more than tits. I'm more than beauty. She just like went off. I'm so tired of being objectified. All I did was show my hoo-ha in the middle of the magazine and now everybody just wants to come tell me I'm pretty. I don't want that. Dude, she needs help. Irritating. Summer can go. Preston needs home training. Sneezing everywhere without covering his mouth. At least he was in his room. I didn't see him do that like in a group setting, but in his room, he was sneezing away. Then he was washing his sandals. Oh, hell no. That's nasty, Preston. You wash your sandals in the kitchen sink? I don't do shoe things, pet things, or bodily fluid things in the kitchen, y'all. Even if you can clean it up. Krista, what's good, Krista? Thanks for coming through. You calling Lisa's 6 lawyers, right? Lisa has lawyers on standby. Therefore, she must have real money. Happy Monday. Bria said she was falsely accused. They did not find any proof or else she'd still be under the prison. They were looking for something else after they snatched her up off the street. Then they drug tested her twice because I guess you can't walk around on drugs in south of France during the film festival at Cannes or else it's a problem. It might be an issue to have public intoxication, or else why are they giving her drug tests? The lady didn't say, oh, I saw them doing crack in Zara. She said they stole my stuff in Zara. So why did you give these black girls drug tests? Because France is racist. I wish I could call in. Oh, she was not shoplifting. Here, ask and ye shall receive. Ask and ye shall receive. We're dropping the link. And those of you who want to come up, because we only have a couple of things left. Look, we're right here. So we did the Phil and Mariah came. As it turned out, Phil and Mariah were smashing. We did see them in the car. They did have a little energy. And as it turns out, they were smashing. But when Phil got to the party, he was still talking to other girls. And they thought that was disrespectful to Mariah. Preston and Phil, the apology was shitty. Was okay apology after a shitty moment. And Nick tatted. His DMs were broken because he was in the relationship with Tasia. But now that he's not in a relationship with Tasia, he'll be going through the DMs from when he was tatted Nick, I'm sure. And Summer is not sorry for telling Shanice that she was the worst dresser, and then said some more backhanded shit to Shanice. Summer, she's very mean to Shanice. I feel like she's jealous of Shanice in a way, because Shanice and her are the most similar, but Shanice has green eyes, but Summer has beautiful eyes too. I don't know why she would be jealous of Shanice, except for Shanice that has the ability to take off her clothes anywhere. But I don't know why she hates on Shanice all the time and was saying, I know how to match it better. And I didn't like what she wore on Watch What Happens Live either. Like, all those little comments she could keep to herself. Okay. I don't know why she feels the need to do that. But Shanice doesn't date the athletes she dates for money. She dates them to date them and to fuck them. And she gets money from her boyfriends, but she doesn't have a boyfriend. Therefore, she's broke. But she does have a new job in software sales. And that's a wrap for Real Summer's House, Martha's Vineyard. Let's keep going through these comments. They said Bria stole something from a store. Still got to watch, but gonna talk about it Wednesday. Right on. I wish people understood just how racist it is in cans. You don't have to tell me. I saw that. I saw what they did to Kelly Rowland. I saw what they did to the Dominican. As it turns out, there's a clip of the same racist. I'm calling her a racist because she did not do that to Heidi Klum, and she was in the vicinity. She did the same thing to a Korean actress. So just like anybody who's not traditional, white, she was getting at anybody who's not white European looking. I'm not keen on Bria, but French police are very racist. I can imagine. Inspector Clouseau was the nicest French policeman there ever was, probably. They need Jesus in France. Yeah, and they need Africa in France too. That's the only reason they even have a GDP, is because of everything they steal from Africa and siphon from the fucking motherland. And I'm so glad so many countries in Al-Kabalan are kicking them out and telling them, take your franc and get out of here. Out of here, France. Bye-bye, snotties. Wow, scary. I'm a French citizen. I'm sorry. You guys get a lot of stuff over there in France from Africa. Everything you guys export, okay, except for croissants, pretty much, you're pillaging from Africa to this day, okay? We don't want to talk about that little island you made where you stole the kids from Africa and took them over there so they could repopulate. We're not going to get into all that today. It's a very romantic idea of France with Eiffel Towers and Louvres and sins and all that stuff. But yeah, it's a nasty underbelly over there. But I love a baguette, you guys. I love a baguette. Smash the things. Engage. I would have gone to Zara and returned it all. Well, she said she only mentioned that she had Versace bags in her statement that she released, and that they made her dump out her Versace bags all upon the streets of Cannes. And even after checking that the receipts matched everything in their possession, they still were taken into custody. Like, yeah. Europe is not US. You can be stopped without probable. Ooh, I did not know that. I felt like that was a universal thing, that you had to have a reason to stop and interfere with my time. I mean, I'm a human in this world. I'm obviously on my way to someplace, sir. You can just stop and engage my time like this with no freaking reason? That's not fair. That's ridiculous. See, I might stay in America after all. No, Nikki deserved that crap. Oh, really? You don't take any kind of drugs through the airport. I've known that since I was 17 and went to Amsterdam. Exactly. Even if you're going to be on a PJ, you don't take any drugs across any line of a state, and sometimes even in counties. You could get in trouble. And definitely internationally. And look, her security guard was so well paid, he was willing to take the fall for her. And she still ended up having to go in. Dutch police are the nicest, along with Monaco in Europe. Nikki broke the law. She definitely broke the law. But also, they didn't tell her, oh, you're getting arrested. She's like, I have to get in this van. And that was such a cute little paddy wagon. Look, Freddie Gray would have been alive if we would have the Dutch police paddy wagons here in America. So when you get put in the paddy wagon, you get your own little secure cell that had a seatbelt and another door, so that you're not just flopping all around the whole back and getting your spine broken 8 places. Nikki should have thought of Brittany Griner, right? Griner. Yes. Oh, that's in Paris, Kansas. So clean. I'm so glad to know that, because yeah, Paris, the TikToks and Instagrams coming from Paris. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. It looks so ghettofied. See, I don't go to places that don't accept me. That's what I'm saying. I don't go places that don't accept me. Look, I'm not trying. Hey, look, I don't want to see your streets, your trees that damn bad. Sorry. Do one thing they don't like, and this is what happens. Yeah, I try to stay with our folks, right? But me and Am were talking the other day, and even in that respect, all skin folk ain't kin folk sometimes. You know what I'm saying? We know what we see each other, right, Bianca? We know. We always got to watch our 6 and 9, right? He just stinks. He is paying bills, right? I can understand your point of view, but my take is that my ancestors died for my freedom. I will go wherever I please. I live partially in Monaco, and it's lovely. France is a problem. That's what I'm saying. I love that. Now, I don't like going where I'm not tolerated or where I'm not accepted. Well, I'm definitely okay. I'll amend my statement and say I might go, because how do you know you're not accepted there until you get there? But if I find out and there's dollars involved, you're not getting none of them. I'm not Pretty Woman. I'm not going back to the place that laughed me out the shop and talked about me to spend all my money there. You get nothing. Andy asked Amir about the deed name. Andy knows how it goes. Housewives franchises, right? He did. And that's why I'm feeling like a lot got left out, because Amir was doing a lot of like, he didn't really get his words out, other than she wants a redemption arc on our viewership. And Ariana, she don't get one. Ariana Maddox said, not today. No redemption arcs. Yeah. Don't go. Don't let this scare you about Europe. It's the most beautiful place on earth. There's good and bad people everywhere. There's good and bad in everyone. Learn to live. Learn to give each other what we need to survive. Together alive, ebony and ivory live together in perfect harmony. Side by side on my piano, keyboard, oh Lord, why don't we? Oh, you guys just triggered a memory. We both know people are the same wherever you go. I used to love that song. Remember Michael Jackson and the Beatles sung that song. Damn, what was that Beatles name? How am I forgetting a Beatle? Not John. Was that John? Damn, it was I'm sorry, you guys, but Michael Jackson and a Beatle sung Ebony and Ivory. It was a beautiful song back in the day. Yeah, we're going to have to go one day. Ooh, you're joining a travel group. Right? Right? A lot of people hate anybody who's not from their country. But look, a lot of Black people are from America and we get hate here from our countrymen. So maybe we're not from Confederate country. Maybe that's what they're mad at. Loads of Africans live here. You simply need to be aware. I get it. Shelly Ann Fraser Price is her name, and she's a legend here. Right on. Thank you. No, wait, thank you. Silas has his ways. No, you have to go to France. It's amazing. The food and everything. When my folks say I'm not speaking on a particular race, I'm not talking about folks. These are all colors of people. What? Thanks so much for supporting Anne again. Nick is human. Yeah, I mean, look, if there's tits and ass without clothing, I would probably even look. Even if it's a woman, like I'll be like, oh, it's just human nature. You're gonna look. And even the other ladies, they all turned around. They were like, oh, look, she's naked again, and then turned back around. Nick has an eye injury, a wandering eye. That's hilarious. Oh, a Metro ticket person. Right on. Don't let them disturb his peace. Yeah. It was. It literally was. I get that point, Anne. That's a beautiful point. Those girls like bad boys. No, is this another one? No way, Anne. You rock. Thank you. I think we should be nicer to Silas. He's currently deployed, and we've only watched an edited show. He's serving his country, and he's learned to be a better husband. Yes, I feel like that's why I was trying to give him a little talk back. And yeah, he's just a certain kind of man. He does give off TMS, but I bet he's not going to be doing that anymore. I bet it would have been interesting though to have him back this season and see how and if he amended any of his TMS behavior, toxic male syndrome behavior that he displayed last season. But I am all for not only a hand on this Memorial Day to Silas and my husband who's a Navy vet, but to all the people who've served in the services, in the armed services, and for any country that they're shout out. And that is beautiful. It'll be interesting to see single. Ooh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Single Nick and Shanice all day. Singles Nick and Shanice all day. That could be cute. He will not be getting back with Tasia. I don't think so. I was into Tattoo Nick too. Yeah, he was giving me a little Tupac-y. Yes. Yes. Oh, Jason from season 1. Oh, Jasmine's friend. Oh, yeah. Forgot about him. James and Allie are not married and bought a house. Oh, yes. Same with Amir and Sandoval. Exactly. And look, it's interesting, Anne, that James and Amir both bought houses with their girls, and Sandoval, the thing in the similarity is that Sandoval and James is that their girls don't want to get married or have kids anytime soon. And that's what Sandoval went through. I wonder if Natalie's one of those too. Like she'll do a long engagement to stay on the show as long as possible. No, I'm sorry. I'm on her today, aren't I? Yeah. Who said Silas learned how to be a better husband? Simon Gobadia is the fake millionaire. Yes. Bria's hair looked good at the reunion. It did. She looked good. I liked her makeup and everything. I like Bria, how she embraces her brown. She doesn't do a lot of that baking on her skin, and it's not like those weird highlight moments and stuff. I feel like she looks really good. Yes, and we appreciate you over here. She's a sponsor for today's live, and thank you. If the show is called Summer House, they should be single and ready to mingle. Thank you. I think that would be a more interesting show. And maybe the show was thought of and they asked Jasmine to be the lead, and then she got married, you know? So they still kept her. And since she was the person that is in common of everybody, yeah, I don't know. Not sure, but I saw a casting call last week on IG. Awesome. Yes, so they're doing a casting call for season 3 of Summer House Martha's Vineyard, you guys. And hopefully they'll go to the Divine 9 and get some of those guys so that they can experience some of that culture still, because that seemed to be a unifying thread in the house was their college experience. The only person that was ostracized was, Amir, because he didn't get to pledge, right? But everybody else, I think, had pledged at one point. So every time we see Shanice, she's literally naked or half naked. I'm like, keep your clothes on. I'm there, Aisha. I am there. That's what I started the show. I'm like, Aisha's the problem. Nick's eyes wouldn't wander if Aisha kept her clothes on in front of people she knows have men. That's disrespectful. Objectification. You objectified me. Oh my God. I know that's right. Chris, hi. Long time no see. Happy Memorial Day. Thanks for coming through. Love that you're in the house today. Hope you're having an excellente day. I would be able to fly on the wall and see Silas demanding her to cook, iron, and clean for. Ooh, yeah. Silas seemed very into gender roles. Very into gender roles. Happy Monday, Chris. Drug test Bria. I bet she acted a fool. That's why they probably drug tested her. No, the police arrest her in error. They decided to drug test her to find a reason to hold her because they were embarrassed. No proof was found that she shoplifted. Exactly. Don't like Phil and Mariah for the show. Yeah, they're kind of, I feel like the most obscure person we need at this person is Shanice. She's like the broke one, the awkward one right now. Mariah kind of gives broke. I don't know why, but she does. But why wasn't she there? I'm not sure why she wasn't there. No, she's not broke. I don't know what she is. I'm just talking. I'm sorry. I don't want to be mean. Summer said it with her chest. She did. And all opinions are welcome. If you wanted to come up in the next minute, then you can. Because we're going to wrap it up here. I don't want to keep your whole freaking holiday. I got a freaking mini skirt to put on and a tank top and go be with my husband in the backyard under the summer sun without a wet mop. Dual citizenship. That's what I'm talking about. Working on it. France would have died of cold during the winters post-Ukrainian invasion. Algeria had to bail them out. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. No laws when you go somewhere. I love a baguette and a tart steak fritz and patisseries. I had a gâteau Saint-Honor the other day. They have this French bakery, and I went in for a gâteau Saint-Honor and a croissant. It was very nice. My bathroom is, oh, cute. So is it Eiffel Towers, or that's the first thing I think of when I think Paris? Yes. Let's hear it. Come on. Paul, We Are the World. Paul McCartney. Yes! Paul McCartney was the freaking Beatle. Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson, Ebony and Ivory. Yes, and they sat by the piano, side by side on the piano keyboard. It was a lovely song. I love that song. I love that song. Paul motherfucking McCartney, the Beatle. Yes. Number one rule in Europe, don't be loud. Do not bring about attention. Showing off your wealth is gauche. See? Okay, well, I might have to have a mute button or something with my tour guide because I get a little excited. Bria looked great. She did. Bria looked good. Noelle. Now, Noelle's dress was dated to me. I was kind of like, that bandage dresses, it's so used already. I was kind of sad to see a bandage dress, and actually was more appreciative of Shanice's milkmaid dress than I was of a bandage dress, because those are just, I mean, the bandage dress is what, 10 years now? 10 years now of bandages, right? I think all of their makeup looked good. Yep, for their first reunion. Everybody. I wonder who came up with this pink plum theme, and why did Jordan refuse to follow the freaking thing? Why did Jordan refuse to follow the aesthetic? I'm not sure why she did. This is not pink. She had on pink shoes. Her shoe has a pink strap, you guys. And this shirt, did you guys notice that her shirt looked like it was melted plastic? And she had on like a coconut bra underneath. It was so weird. And no freaking way. And girl, you're spoiling me. No way. If Noelle smashed Alex, oh no, you lost all respect. Justice for Summer. Autumn. He did call her Autumn. Didn't he call her Autumn at one point? Oh my gosh. Yeah, he said on Kimpire, girl, we're going to have to go find the episode. If I find it, I'll let you know. And when you find it, you let me know. And I'm going to find where he says he's smashing Noelle and they're keeping it cute and quiet right now. Thank you so much for your support. Love it. I love you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Yes. Let's see. Decorate your bathroom in Paris motif 2. A fairy tale. Love about France. Yes, it's a fairy tale. Because, yes, being traditional doesn't make him a bad husband. No, it doesn't make him bad. It just seems like he's into gender roles, because he told her last season, iron this, steam this. And she was like, cook me breakfast. He was very into it. And she was like, I'm on vacation too, dude. I'm on vacation too. The manner in which he expresses himself was the red flag, that part. It was almost like, that's not what do they call it? You know how Dr. Heavenly's always saying she's submissive to her man. And you can be submissive and be dominant without using that tone that he did with Jasmine. I did not like the way he asked her to iron his stuff last season. I did not like the way he asked her about breakfast and then didn't take breakfast, and he blew up at her. There was some, that's what I'm saying. So he has some TMS. Toxic male syndrome qualities, for sure. And I would love to see if he's a better husband, for sure. Yes, I got to go enjoy my holiday with my family. Yes. And you guys, just real quick, did you guys, just on your way out, remember that Memorial Day? Shout out to Black people. Because did you know Memorial Day is because of Black people? Did you know that? Black people started Memorial Day when they were a group of soldiers in 1865 or something like that got together, and I have the story up and I was going to share it real quick. Let me present this because it's fascinating. And my mom didn't even know, you guys. I've known for some time. And I was sharing with my mom that did she know today was a holiday because of Black people? Thank us again. I mean, we've done so many additions to society, so many great contributions to society. And not only like computers, the freaking light filaments, the traffic light, pacemakers, laser surgery. I mean, the list, so many things we use currently in 2024 were created by our ancestors, you guys, and by Black ancestors. And this also, Memorial Day, was a Southern holiday in 1865. Formerly enslaved Black community members in Charleston held a ceremony and parade at the site of a former racetrack, the Washington Race Course and Jockey Club, and 260 Union soldiers were buried in a mass grave. They reburied the soldiers in individual graves, decorated their resting places, sang songs of freedom, and held a picnic afterwards. The war is over, and it used to be called Decoration Day when it first started too. And Decoration Day had been founded by African Americans in a ritual of remembrance and consecration. Okay. And the first Decoration Day was made by Black people for their fallen soldiers. And then the war, they had not only boldly announced, they had been all but triumphed for their emancipation over slave owners, republic, and not about state rights or defense of home. It was literally a fight for our freedom, that first war in 1865. That would have been the Civil War. And it didn't get official though till 1968. And then that's when they called General John Logan, a commander-in-chief, the founder of Memorial Day. But he did not do it. Let's see. So of course, our holiday got colonized because it was started by Black people to commemorate fallen soldiers. And then they decided to change the name and call it Memorial Day for the same reason, and let John Logan be named the founder. So shout out to the truth that Memorial Day, you get a day off with pay today because of Black people. So I want you guys to go enjoy it, okay? Yeah, so many things. We could talk about that forever in a different live, because this has been nice and light and airy, and I want to keep it that way. So on your way out, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and ring my bell, and share the video, leave a comment. If you caught this in the replay, please be kind enough to do the same. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and ring the bell. Thank you for coming, Curvies. And remember to smash all the buttons. I'll see you in the next video. And you know what I always say, there's enough to go around, so be sure and go get some, right? There's a light inside of you that only you are here to shine, okay? So you better get to shine in bright. Okay, and don't ever put it out for anybody. Even if you get an overbearing husband, keep all of your butterfly dust, okay? And look, I appreciate all my Curvies. Thanks for coming through and listening to this today. Thanks for the channel sponsor today was Ann with the 3 super chats. I appreciate you. And I will see all of you guys in the next video. Okay? Peace. Enjoy.